Who are you?
Someone who loves you.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most iconic and compelling characters from a galaxy far, far away.
And you'll be forced to kill me.
If that is your destiny.
Number 30, General Grievous.
Anakin Skywalker. I was expecting someone with your reputation to be a little older.
General Grievous. You're shorter than I expected.
Jedi scum.
A Jedi killer and former Kaleesh warrior, this cyborg is one of the fiercest villains in Star Wars. With command of a limitless droid army, Grievous leads his troops through countless battles in the Clone Wars. In that time, he also develops a cruel sense of humor and rivalry with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So Kenobi, is everything going as planned?
That depends on your point of view, General.
Though he's often referred to as a coward, he can be just as cunning and skilled as any Jedi or Sith. How many can say that they've bested Jedi while wielding 4 lightsabers? When it comes to sheer cool factor, Grievous is off the charts.
You must realize you are doomed.
Number 29, Cad Bane.
I'll take care of him.
No, it's my turn to kill a Jedi.
Like Boba Fett, we can see some spaghetti western influence in the character of Cad Bane. While Fett was based on the man with no name, Cad Bane was partially inspired by Angel Eyes, the villain from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. His red eyes, wide-brimmed hat, and Corey Burton's chilling voice work all make him a striking bounty hunter. Beyond his gunslinger look, Bane also stands out for being a ruthless wild card. He's fought Anakin Skywalker, Hunter, and Boba Fett, leaving his mark through various schemes and shootouts. You can never predict who his next target will be, but you can bet he won't miss.
This isn't the first time I beat you out on a job. There's no shame in it.
Number 28, Jabba the Hutt.
You're gonna regret this.
I can't bear to watch.
Although he's never been a central villain, the Hutt crime lord has remained one of the franchise's most grotesque and intriguing characters. The slug-like alien is a marvel of creature design, and his massive size makes him incredibly intimidating, even though he can barely move. His deep, mighty voice also adds a chilling layer to his character. One of the galaxy's most shrewd gangsters, he often uses wealth, loyalty, and his cunning to get what he wants.
We have no credits.
Chut. Bargan Mulira.
Your lives, in exchange for Hutt space and everything in its borders.
His ability to manipulate others would allow him to get away with his crimes, at least until Return of the Jedi. Nevertheless, Jabba's ruthless nature only becomes more interesting with each subsequent appearance. Number 27, Kanan Jarrus. The Jedi once known as Caleb Doom is a real highlight of Star Wars Rebels. By the show's finale, he became one of the best examples of what a Jedi should be. When we're first introduced to him, Kanan comes off as cocky and cynical, but over time, his connection to the Ghost Crew allowed him to open up and become a powerful Jedi.
Okay, hold on. There is no us. Dealing with Inquisitors is one thing, Vader is another. And I'm not convinced we're all on the same side anyway.
Even after being blinded by Darth Maul, he was a force to be reckoned with. His character's journey allows for a fascinating look at how love can be a strength for a Jedi, not just a cloud of judgment. Plus, we still get emotional about his sacrifice for his friends. Number 26, Count Dooku.
Qui-Gon Jinn would never join you.
Don't be so sure, my young Jedi. You forget that he was once my apprentice, just as you were once his.
The Jedi Master turned Sith is easily one of the most complex villains in Star Wars. Once a respected Jedi, he fought corruption in the Galactic Republic. But his noble cause was twisted by Darth Sidious.
There is still a chance to make things right.
I'm afraid.
I know you are.
I'm afraid it is too late.
As a champion of the Separatists, he would cause countless deaths, including that of his own sister. Though he might not be as iconic as Kylo Ren or Vader, Christopher Lee and Corey Burton made him stand out with a unique sophistication. Dooku's impact on the larger galaxy cannot be overstated, and his skill with a lightsaber speaks for itself.
I've been looking forward to this.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall.
Number 25, Poe Dameron. This hotshot X-Wing pilot was first introduced in The Force Awakens.
This is a rescue. I'm helping you escape. Can you fly a TIE fighter? You with the Resistance? What? No. I'm breaking you out. Can you fly a TIE fighter? I can fly anything.
His immediate friendship with Finn made him one of the best parts of the film, and his daredevil flying was downright mesmerizing. He'd later shed his brash personality thanks to some words of wisdom and hard lessons learned. In episodes 8 and 9, Poe evolves from a headstrong rebel into a capable and inspiring leader. Finn's journey from stormtrooper to resistance general is also one of the bright spots of the sequel trilogy. Poe, however, surpasses him by being a greater inspiration to his fellow rebels. He's also just one hell of a pilot.
Oh! Get to their altitude! They can't fire on us without hitting each other! Don't give up! Help is coming!
Number 24, Grand Admiral Thrawn. This Chiss antagonist first appeared in Timothy Zahn's 1991 novel Heir to the Empire. Although that story is now part of the Legends timeline, he made such a lasting impression that he was brought into the current canon. But no matter which version you're talking about, he is one of the most compelling baddies in Star Wars.
I believe this helmet belongs to a compatriot, the young Jedi, and I escaped prisoner, Ezra Bridger.
Bridger? If Bridger was the shuttle thief, why didn't Callus alert us?
Because, Colonel Yularen, Callus is the rebel spy.
He has a tactical mind that is unparalleled, and his knowledge of art and culture puts him far above the average Imperial. And, as Ahsoka showed us, he's even willing to use magic. We never really know what to expect with Mithran Yerodo, but we're always sure he will not disappoint.
What was first just a dream has become a frightening reality for those who may oppose us.
Number 23, Asajj Ventress. Taken from her clan as a child, this Sith assassin never quite found her true calling. She was raised by a Jedi, trained by the Sith, returned to the Night Sisters, and eventually became a bounty hunter.
I can sense the darkness within you. I will teach you the ways of the dark side, but you must prove yourself first.
Her storied background gives us a glimpse into several different aspects of the galaxy, and her search for belonging has made her a sympathetic character, even if she mostly acted as a villain. After all, she was on the path of redemption in the novel Dark Disciple. Her appearance in The Bad Batch is yet another example of how this character's arc continues to compel us.
Times have changed. Something you clones should be familiar with.
We are not the same.
No. We were pawned in the same war. And we all lost.
Number 22, Padme Amidala. Although not a soldier or Jedi, this senator became one of the greatest heroes of the prequel era. Elected Queen of Naboo as a teenager, Padme later fought to represent the rights of every world. Her anti-war and humanitarian efforts were often seen in the Galactic Senate during the Clone Wars.
Who are we fighting for? My people. Your people. All of our people.
This war is meant to save them from suffering, not increase it.
Of course, she was still handy with a blaster when she needed to be. Padme's efforts to resolve conflict and her use of empathy are compelling characteristics, especially in contrast to Anakin. Padme will always be remembered for being one of the most prominent voices of peace and justice in the galaxy.
So this is how liberty dies.
Number 21, Cassian Andor. Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia may be galactic legends, but lesser-known rebels deserve just as much praise. Jyn Erso, for instance, was essential in the Battle of Scarif, the first major conflict of the Galactic Civil War. Cassian Andor played a similar role in the conflict, but he also gets points for having one of the best-written backstories.
Bix, you said he wanted to meet me. I really need this.
His lowly beginning and long-term struggle against the Empire make for a powerful portrayal of life under tyrannical rule. Through his trials in Andor, we learn more about how much resilience and hope it takes to continue in the face of oppression. His story stands out to fans as a moving tale about the unsung heroes of the Rebel Alliance.
How did you get here?
I have a ship near the ferry lot.
Maybe you are the Imperial spy.
To what purpose?
If you knew they were coming for me, why would you be here now?
Number 20. Mace Windu. A Jedi Master on the High Council, Mace Windu is regarded as the Order's greatest champion. He even pioneered a new aggressive fighting style, Vapad, to help him channel and control his inner darkness.
Internal explosions all over. We are losing control. What?
In some ways, however, he's also an example of how the Jedi lost their way.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of Master.
While he avoids politics, he has a dogmatic dedication to tradition and embraces his role as a soldier and general. Nevertheless, he is a certified badass and deadly duelist. He killed Jango Fett and almost killed Darth Sidious, for crying out loud.
You are under arrest, my lord.
Of course, we'd expect nothing less from a Jedi played by Samuel L. Jackson. Number 19. Qui-Gon Jinn.
Tell them to take off!
This Jedi's influence echoes throughout the entire franchise. Once Dooku's Padawan, Qui-Gon became a Jedi Knight and Master to Obi-Wan, but refused a seat on the High Council. He's the first to see the potential in Anakin Skywalker and foresee his role in fulfilling the Jedi prophecy. In contrast to Mace Windu, he is considered a maverick by the Council.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
Impossible.
But he's also everything a Jedi should be, a powerful warrior who's compassionate and strives for balance within the living Force. Even after his untimely death at the hands of Darth Maul, Qui-Gon still has much to teach the Jedi.
Why have you brought me here?
Follow the light. The light will be your guide.
Number 18. Rex. Given their identical genes, the clone troopers can seem very similar at first glance. However, their different experiences make them unique, and Rex is one of the most distinguished. Serving under Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano, Rex learns from their unorthodox approach to problems.
So we're just gonna surrender? Admit defeat? Is that it?
He's also a fiercely loyal soldier and natural leader, helping the early Rebel Alliance in its fight against the Empire. In Latin, the word Rex means king, and that is fitting since Rex is the very best of the clones.
Many people wish it never happened, but without it, we clones wouldn't exist.
Number 17. Rey. The protagonist of Disney's sequel series is polarizing. She's kind of a lightning rod for the whole trilogy's mixed reception. No pun intended. But despite the film's missteps, she still has some good moments. Orphaned as a child, Rey is a survivor, eking out a living as a scavenger on Jakku. She finds purpose and a new family when she's thrust into the Resistance's fight against the First Order.
I feel something.
You feel it?
Yes, I feel it.
That's the Force.
Really?
Wow, it must be really strong
Oh,
with
I've
you.
never felt any... Ow!
Trained by both Luke and Leia, she becomes a powerful Jedi whose struggle with her inner darkness and family legacy make her a foil for Kylo Ren. Number 16. Grogu. Come on, it's Baby Yoda. The mind-bogglingly adorable alien child has proven to be one of the most popular Star Wars characters in the last decade.
Grogu?
Yes. That's his name.
Pursued by the remnants of the Empire for his abilities with the Force, Grogu is protected by Mandalorian bounty hunter Djarin. Mischievous and always hungry, Grogu is a ton of fun to watch no matter what he's doing. If he had a bit more substance to his character, we could have easily ranked Grogu higher. But he's still young and has plenty of time to develop.
It's not a toy.
Number 15, Darth Maul. Maul not only looks badass, he's responsible for some of the coolest lightsaber fights in the whole franchise. He's also one of the most fascinating villains in Star Wars.
I wouldn't put it that way.
Of course not. But I'm afraid your way of thinking is behind the times.
As a child, he was separated from his mother, beaten, and made to embrace the dark side. This gives his story a tragic streak, even though he goes on to become a ruthless and sadistic killer. The fact that he turns against his former master Sidious almost makes you root for him. We do love an underdog after all. Still, few dark side users manage to embody hatred and rage the way Maul does. It makes every interaction he has tense and electrifying to watch.
Tell me, is it the chosen one?
He is.
He will avenge us.
Number 14, Lando Calrissian.
You got a lot of guts coming here, after what you pulled.
A smuggler, entrepreneur, and pilot, Lando Calrissian is the most interesting man in the galaxy.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
Suave and effortlessly cool, Lando is so charming, even droids want him. But Lando is more than just a ne'er-do-well who's great at sabacc. He's also a competent leader, overseeing Cloud City and joining the rebellion against the Empire, and eventually the First Order.
Lando, you did it! You did it!
He may betray our heroes at one point, but it's only out of a desire to protect his people, and he still helps them anyway. As many great characters as there are in Star Wars, Lando might be the one we most want to just hang out with in real life. We just want more Lando.
Now please, introduce me to my new droid.
Number 13, Boba Fett.
No disintegrations.
As you wish.
The Mandalorian bounty hunter immediately captivated audiences, despite limited screen time in the original trilogy. Boba Fett's determination to capture Han Solo and company for Darth Vader, and then double dip by turning carbonite frozen Solo over to Jabba, made him quite the badass.
He's all yours, bounty hunter.
In the prequels, it's revealed that he's a clone of Jango Fett, who was also the genetic template for the clone troopers.
Apart from his pay, which is considerable, Fett demanded only one thing: an unaltered clone for himself.
His character was further fleshed out on the Clone Wars, from his quest for revenge against the Jedi to how he became a feared bounty hunter. One thing is for sure, Boba Fett is a survivor who always manages to make his way through the galaxy. Number 12, Ben Solo, Kylo Ren. The son of Han Solo and Leia Organa, Ben Solo was seduced to the dark side, becoming Kylo Ren.
Thank you.
Over the course of the sequel trilogy, we see him fight against the temptation, not of the dark side, but of the light. Despite his vile actions, including killing his own father, his inner decency eventually wins through, although it costs him his life. Kylo Ren's arc is one of the most dramatic in the sequels, and everything about his design, from his Vader-style mask to his unique lightsaber, remains memorable. Number 11, R2-D2 and C-3PO. We've bent the rules for this entry, but what is R2-D2 without C-3PO and vice versa?
Excuse me, sir, but that R2 unit is in prime condition, a real bargain.
This robotic duo often finds themselves in the most dangerous of predicaments, sometimes being the center of conflict in an intergalactic civil war.
Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. We'll be destroyed for sure. This is madness.
Princess Leia gave R2 the secret plans of the Death Star and was charged with the task of delivering them to the rebels, unbeknownst to C-3PO, who just got dragged along for the ride. While 3PO frequently berates R2, he can hardly function without him. This odd couple's bickering only makes them more treasured.
Now don't you forget this. Why I should stick my neck out for you is quite beyond my capacity.
Number 10. Chewbacca.
Chewbacca here, his first mate on a ship that might suit us.
What's there not to like about Chewie? After having been saved from Imperial imprisonment by Han Solo, Chewbacca swore a life debt to him and has since been his co-pilot on the Millennium Falcon. His staunch loyalty finds him frequently stuck in dangerous situations, but he never hesitates to help his comrades.
Chewie, get us out of here!
The good-hearted Wookiee warrior is arguably the easiest character to love. As long as you're not a threat, his bark is worse than his bite. But if you are, you better watch out for his bowcaster or bare hands.
I can't see, pal.
What's going on?
Number 9. Sheev Palpatine, Darth Sidious. Emperor Palpatine's dark visage was first revealed to audiences in a hologram broadcast in The Empire Strikes Back.
The Force is strong with him. The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
However, before becoming emperor, during the days of the Republic, Palpatine pretended to be a noble senator, eventually rising to the position of chancellor. All the while, he was secretly operating as Sith Lord Darth Sidious.
Viceroy, I don't want this stunted slime in my sight again.
Through his executive powers, he instated Order 66, which killed off virtually every Jedi and eased the transition of the Republic into the Empire.
It is with great reluctance that I have agreed to this calling. I love democracy. I love the Republic.
His ruthless ambition, terrifying power, and scathing voice make him impossible to forget.
Strike me down with all of your hatred, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete.
Number 8. Din Djarin.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
This Mandalorian bounty hunter has plenty of skills to admire, especially when it comes to combat. But arguably what makes him most compelling is his character arc. Devoted to a strict code of conduct, Din finds his life changed after he takes the tiny alien Grogu under his wing.
I'm afraid I have more pressing matters at hand.
His development from a solitary warrior unwilling to compromise his beliefs to a devoted surrogate father surrounded by allies is wonderful to watch.
He means more to me than you will ever know.
Plus, he's a complete badass throughout his journey. We don't know exactly what's next for Mando, but we have a feeling that wherever he goes, Star Wars fans are going to enjoy the trip because we'll be taking it with such a great character.
All right, pal. It's time to go.
Number 7. Ahsoka Tano.
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
I am no Jedi.
Of all the characters to come out of the Star Wars animated series, Ahsoka Tano is easily the best. The former apprentice of Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka learns how to think outside the box from him. Her story sees her depart from the Jedi Order without turning to the dark side, which is a fascinating turn.
Ahsoka, you are making a mistake.
Maybe. But I have to sort this out on my own. Without the Council. And without you.
Ahsoka is a compassionate and honorable fighter, as well as one of the most skilled in the galaxy. Heck, she even bests Maul. While fans were reluctant to accept Ahsoka at first, she has proven to be a spectacular addition to the Star Wars universe, and one who will no doubt contribute even more in years to come, particularly now that she's appearing in live action too.
Ahsoka Tano! Bo-Katan sent me. We need to talk.
Number 6. Leia Organa.
No. Somehow, I've always known.
Princess, rebel, general. Leia is all of these things and more. As the adopted daughter of Senator Bail Organa, she is instrumental in the rebellion against the Empire, fighting on even after witnessing the destruction of her home planet Alderaan.
What the?
Like her father Anakin, she is strong in the Force, although she opts for the life of a political and military leader dedicated to democracy. Even when all the odds are against her, Leia somehow finds a way to save herself and those she loves.
What the hell are you doing?
Somebody has to save our skins. Into the garbage chute, flyboy!
She even manages to redeem her and Han's son Ben back to the light side of the Force.
Ben.
Number 5. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hello there.
Over the course of the franchise, we've seen Obi-Wan grow from a Jedi Padawan still learning the ways of the Force to a wise Jedi Master. In between, he was Anakin's mentor and a general in the Clone Wars.
You're the closest thing I have to a father. Then why don't you listen to me?
Through it all, his dry sense of humor made him especially entertaining to watch. While Obi-Wan is a skilled negotiator, he's also gifted with a lightsaber, managing to defeat an impressive list of foes, from Darth Maul to General Grievous and even Anakin.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
That is on top of his other achievements, like watching over and training Luke, sacrificing himself, and continuing to help Luke from the afterlife. If that isn't devotion, then what is?
Ben?
You will go to the Dagobah system.
Dagobah system?
There you will learn from Yoda, the Jedi Master who instructed me.
Number 4. Yoda.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Judge him by his size, do not. Yoda is easily the most powerful Jedi, as well as the wisest. And he has a quirky sense of humor to boot.
Surprised?
Don't be fooled by his diminutive stature and cane. This little green guy can flip through the air and do battle with the deadliest villains. When agility and swordsmanship are not necessary, Yoda can draw on his incredibly strong connection to the Force. It's no wonder he presided over the High Council until the Republic's fall. He also mentored Luke Skywalker. This hero is easy to admire.
The greatest teacher, failure is.
Number 3. Luke Skywalker. The legendary Jedi's life epitomizes the hero's journey.
I am ready. Ben, I can be a Jedi. Ben, tell him I'm ready.
When we first meet Luke, he's young and full of complaints, gazing up at the stars from his uncle and aunt's moisture farm. Thanks to mentors Obi-Wan and Yoda, he becomes a formidable warrior and powerful Jedi. But he still follows his heart, making mistakes along the way, such as when he rushes into battle against his father, Darth Vader. While fans might not have loved his portrayal in the sequel trilogy, we have The Mandalorian to thank for a glimpse at Luke in his absolute prime. Number 2. Han Solo. This charming rogue is the ultimate space cowboy.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon.
As an orphan on the streets of Corellia, Han learned the value of quick thinking, self-reliance, and, of course, credits.
Well, I was gonna let you get all the credit and take all the rewards.
Hey, I knew that was more to you than money.
For a long time, his co-pilot on the Millennium Falcon, Chewie, is the only one he really trusts. However, after the smuggler meets Luke, Leia, and Obi-Wan, that starts to change.
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder!
Who's scruffy looking?
Coupled with his charisma, it's this growth that makes Han such a fascinating and relatable character. While he seems selfish on the outside, he goes to great lengths for those he cares about, even after being frozen in carbonite.
I love you.
I know.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. Anakin's tale is at the heart of the Star Wars saga. Miraculously conceived without a father, he grew up as a slave on Tatooine, until Qui-Gon recognized his potential.
I'm a person and my name is Anakin.
As a Jedi Padawan, he was torn between the Order's code and his feelings of fear and resentment, born from a childhood spent under the thumb of the more powerful. Nonetheless, Anakin became a powerful Jedi, incredible fighter, and great master to his apprentice Ahsoka. Tragically, however, his mother's death and forbidden love for Padme led him down a dark path.
Palpatine is evil! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil! Well, then you are lost!
As Vader, he became a terrifying villain, one of the most iconic in cinema history.
No, I am your father.
Only after his defeat by Luke was he redeemed. Anakin's rise, fall, and redemption is what Star Wars is all about.
Go, my son. Leave me.
No, you're coming with me. I'll not leave you here. I've got to save you.
You already have.
A list of 30 still isn't enough to fit every fan-favorite character. Who do you think should have made it? Cal Kestis? Chimere? Jar Jar? Let us know down below.
Obi? Obi! This is so smiling to see you, sir.
Good to see you again, Jar Jar.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.